who is ready to try and keep with him. Whoa, and they nearly went then, you see. And this is the big problem. So Liram Zendelli finally does get going. I think actually it's a reasonable job by Liam Lawson. I think it was a better job by Fittipaldi in terms of anticipating. But Liram Zendelli now, with just 5 minutes left in this race, does get going. And they head around this racetrack as the race resumes. So Liram Zendelli leading from Liam Lawson, then it's Fittipaldi, then Wieshofer, Lapalainen, Andreas Essner, Lorandi and Cohen. Then into turn number 1 they go. And a couple of the Berlin-Brandenburg cars trading places there as they are absolutely side by side. David Schumacher trying to find his way past Ido Cohen. Right at the very start of this restart part of the race. They make their way off the back of turn number 5, back onto the long straight now, heading towards turn number 6. And already Liram Zendelli is breaking out at the front and getting away from the car of Lawson, trying to buy some margin of comfort between that P1 and P2 position. And it is a somewhat smaller field of ADAC Formula 4 cars than that we started with. Ida Cohen and Aaron Deacon-Bertie right at the back of the pack. There is the number 30 car of Liam Lawson, chasing down Liram Zendelli, and there's a bit of a move going on for P3 here, Alex.
Yeah, we saw the cars still on corner 6 and 7 having some trouble with the low grip situation with some understeer when they go now towards the last sector of the racetrack, towards corner 10. And as you said, some fight. Up
the inside there of Andreas Essner, and that was a good move there by Lorandi. So the beg your pardon. Yes, it was Lorandi, Leonardo Lorandi for KDC Racing, who just lined up the number 80 car of Andreas Essner and went through on the inside. Someone is coming into the pit lane. I could just see in the right-hand side of the picture. I think that's Leon Koffler, is it, that's come into the pit lane? So Liram Zendelli then with 7/10 over Liam Lawson. Then it's Enzo Fittipaldi. And no, it's David Schumacher that came into the pit lane. So Schumacher obviously not happy with the work that was done on the grid with that car. And he's got a drive-through penalty. Thanks for pointing that out. Just seen that flash up on the timing screen. He's getting a drive-through penalty, and that will be for the earlier incident that we saw.
Exactly. That's due to the early accidents with Charles Wirtz. So drive-through is accomplished, back on the racetrack. Unfortunately, less than...
way down the order. And never going to have the time to get back. They're going to have the time.
It's 2.5 minutes to go, and he would have needed a safety car again or something to recover, but it's not time enough. When we see now...
This is a real fight going on here, isn't it?
Again, Lorandi, I think, fighting
that's
car number 21.
Charles Wirtz, isn't it? And Leonardo Lorandi for KDC Racing. The top two, Zendelli and Lawson, really have broken away from Fittipaldi and Wieshofer, haven't they? So just 2 minutes remaining as they head towards the completion of this lap. I'm thinking there's probably going to be one more lap, that's all. So there is the number 6 car of Ida Cohen then, the ADAC Berlin-Brandenburg driver running down there in P10 at the moment. The order is Zendelli, Lawson, Fittipaldi, Wieshofer, Lapalainen, Lorandi, then it's Essner, and running in P8 at the moment is Aaron Deacon-Bertie. P9 is... and we've got problems for Liram Zendelli. Zendelli has an issue. So our race leader, Liram Zendelli, in car number 44, is out effectively. Something seriously wrong with the Liram Zendelli car.
He's also under investigation due to the safety car restart, but for some reason he's having some technical issue in the car with now, 1 lap to go.
The reason that he would be under investigation for the restart, would that because he looked like he was going and then stopped?
This,
You're not allowed to do that, are
exactly,
you?
Do this stop braking or over braking. When we see now he was losing speed.
Just lost it there, didn't he?
And then the car just stopped working. Maybe some issue on the fuel pump. This is the common thing. That's why the car lose. But maybe the battery. As I said, if you don't have the battery fully charged, this is one of the things that happens. The car just shut down.
Well, there you can see, and it will be Liam Lawson that takes up the lead. Now, if Liam Lawson is able to convert this lead into the win, it will be the first win of his season so far, because Liram Zendelli, the number 44 car, as you can see, is out. There's a yellow flag in turn 14. So Lirim Zendelli then out, and we are on the final lap. So
with 1 lap to go,
Liam Lawson, who's had 2 P2s and a P3 in the season so far, could be heading towards his first win of the season, and definitely being put into that position by the failing of the Lirim Zendelli car. To be fair to him, he was right. He was close to Zendelli anyway. Those two had broken away from the rest of the pack, but I'll remind you that Lirim Zendelli is under investigation for potentially almost not getting that restart done correctly. Looked like the Zendelli car has stopped, and that's why we've got that yellow flag, because the Zendelli car has just stopped. But here comes the number 30 car then of Liam Lawson heading towards the checkered flag. Banks the first win of the season. Liam Lawson takes the win from Fittipaldi P2. Visofa is P3. Then it's Andreas Essner, a very good P5. Lorandi, DiComberti and Cohen occupy the first 8 places. And well done to Liam Lawson then for Van Amersfoort Racing, as I say, adding to his P1 and 2 P2s. And here comes the number 27 car of David Schumacher, who crucially will still finish P9, despite the fact he's had a drive-through penalty. So a race with lots and lots of dramas then, in so many ways. So there on the left-hand side, you can see the car of DiComberti, the number 13 car. So good result for Konstalappalainen as well, taking a P4. But here we can see the Lirim Zendelli car just being nursed, if you like, back to the paddock. Now, presumably, by virtue of the fact he is able now to nurse it back, I'm guessing, Alex, that it's not a battery failure.
Maybe it could be fuel, but also could be a battery that it's enough to restart again the car. As soon as it's recovered a bit, it's really difficult to figure out from here. Can be many things. It's a small plug or ECU.